to Addys Reading Adventures. If you're new here, hi, I'm Addie, and today we'll be reading I Will Fight Monsters for you. If you are not already subscribed, make sure to go subscribe and like. Here is the countdown. Alright, did you do it? Okay, so let's get into I Will Fight Monsters for You. Let's go. I will fight monsters for you. It was pouring outside, and Martina was scared. The night had come when the moon appeared. Martina knew she would be sent to bed. Her parents would go to sleep in their room. Even the television would go quiet and start to snore. Nobody except her would hear the monster. Everything in the whole world thought Martina had its own upside-down monster reflection, just like this picture. Grrr. Martina was sure that there was a city of monsters living on the other side of her bedroom floor in an upside-down world. Sometimes Martina had nightmares that all the monsters jumped up and down at the same time. They would make the floor cave in and give everyone a terrible fright. That night, Martina could not sleep. She was sure that if she left her arm hanging over the side of her bed, the monster would make a hole in the floor, grab her hands, and maybe pull her into the monster world, where she would have to learn how to live upside down. The monster might even make Martina learn how to scare people. Grr, grr, grr. She was so afraid that she lay very still, making sure that not one inch of her body was outside her bed sheets. And then she called her daddy. How big do you think the monsters are? What if the monster's as big as you? What will I do? Call me, said her father. I will fight monsters for you. How? Martina asked. I am an expert monster fighter, but I'll need your help. You must try to feel brave. The size of the monsters depends on how scared you are. If you feel very brave, the monster will shrink and run away. This made Martina feel better, and before she knew it, she had fallen asleep. Martina started dreaming about a monster girl. She was covered in pink fur, and her name was Antitram. Antitram was convinced that on the other side of the floor was a human city. Everything in her world had its own upside-down reflection. The pink roads, the hairy houses, and even the blue trees. There were exactly as many humans as there were monsters, so if there was to be a war, the fight would be quite equal, even though the monsters had strawberry shooters and giant pencils to defend themselves. The humans are attacking us! Antitram imagined that under her bed a human girl lived. They were the same age and even born on the same day. Antitram had heard the girl jumping on her bed. The human girl was very noisy, but what if all the humans started jumping at the same time? They might make the floor cave in. That night, Antitram couldn't sleep. She was sure that the human girl would make a hole in the floor, grab her arm, and maybe pull her through to the human world. She would have to learn how to live upside down. The girl might even make Antitram learn how to scare monsters. Really big fear. She was so afraid that she lay very still. making sure that not inch of her body was outside her bed sheets. And then she called her daddy. "I can hear that noisy girl jumping on the bed. What if she's as big as you? What will I do?" Anderson said. "Call me," she answered her father. "I will fight fears for you. Did you know that fear is elastic like bubblegum? As you grow braver, fear shrinks smaller and smaller until it disappears." This made Anderson feel better, and before she knew it, she had fallen asleep. Teeny tiny fear. Anderson was comfortable that her arms slipped out from under the bedsheets and hung over the side of the bed. At the exact same moment, Martina's arm fell from under her bedsheets toward the floor. Nobody knows how it happened, but just then an enormous hole appeared in the floor. It's just one of those magical things that happen while we dream. The tips of Martina's fingers dangled into the hole and reached into the other world, the world she was so afraid of, the monster world. The same happened to the little monster. Both hands touched. Martina's hand felt warm and Anderson was soft and fuzzy. They both realized that they had been scared of each other because they had never met. They knew they would not need their daddies to fight for them because there was nothing to be afraid of. From then on, they were never worried about what was under their bed at night. Good night. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed I Will Fight Monsters for You. I really like this book. I think it was a really, really good book. So, yeah, if you are ever scared of monsters, maybe the monsters are scared of humans. We never know. And then, I really like this story. So, I hope you guys enjoyed I Will Fight Monsters for You, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.